Greetings and hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my Sekiro run, where I'm deflecting and guard countering as much as possible to beat Elden Ring's DLC. If you haven't seen the first part yet, I highly recommend you watch that first, and then come back to this one. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. I will subscribe back, and enjoy the video. Let's see what happens when we blow into this one. We get a boss. This is Matir, the Mother of Fingers. She has some really annoying attacks, like lasers, and she just slams down on you a bunch. There's one, which you'll see in a second. She just runs you down with the side fingers that she has there. And it's awful. Anyways, enjoy the fight. Now, they weren't too happy about me killing their boss and becoming the new Mother of Fingers, and I discovered that this questline has quite a few really weird voice lines. This coward in particular has to use a shield to block my attacks. Yeah, this guy's a little bit of a freak. He's also an int build, so he's just really annoying to go against. And he, like you can see there, spawns little hands that will attack you. Luckily, I beat him on the first try. So anyway, I gave that guy a close look at my fingers and went to talk to the cowardly shield user. I put a black eyeball in her, and it gave me something pretty cool. The Black Mortal Blade. I then went to the Darklight Catacombs to get to the Abyssal Woods and fight my next boss. Now this place is exactly what it sounds like. It's dark, there's basically no light, and there's a lot of really annoying enemies.
Grandma.
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 god.
Oh yeah.
Now this is Jory. He's really annoying. He's one of those bosses that spawns ads, and if you don't know what ads are, it's just like add-on enemies that aren't the boss, but they still can hurt you and whatever. He's just a horrible boss in general, and I don't like him. We don't like him. Say it with me. We hate Jory. Anyways, it didn't take me too long to beat him, luckily. On other playthroughs of the DLC, he has taken me almost as many attempts as goddamn Radon, I swear to God.
Where did my light go? Right now, like
What?
what?
That's
What?
crazy.
I mean, yeah, actually, crazy.
Die, you bitch. Hori was guarding the Abysmal Woods, and I call it that because Torrent is a coward and will not come out here, so you can't ride him. And these guys are here, patrolling. And if they see you, you're toast. I didn't realize there was two of them right here, so one of them saw me, and well, I'll just let you see. This is really bad. Okay. No. God damn it. Pretty much the same thing happened my next time trying to run through there, but only one of them was chasing me, and I don't know what it is, but I've gotten kind of good at running away from them. This place is the whole reason I am in the Abyssal Woods. There is a boss here. And he's kind of a funny little dude. As I was preparing to fight him, he did some unconsensual things to me. And I just love this cutscene. It's so cool. This is my favorite boss visually, besides Bale, I think. But I'll just let you guys watch. He kind of rips his spine out and uses it as a weapon.
I ask you forgive me, dearest Nanaya.
This is Midra. He is the Lord of Frenzied Flame, and he has the most health out of any boss in the game. And he is actually fairly easy because he has really low poise. It only takes like 2 charge attacks from a lot of weapons to stagger him. So he went down with not too much of a fight. I don't know if I just got really unlucky or what, but he decided to go into his phase transition before he usually does. With my experience, he usually does it when he gets about to half health, like most bosses. but he did it multiple times. So I don't know why he was giving me trouble, but it was a little annoying. That's another main boss down, which means only 4 more to go. I wanted to try Bale next, but it was a bit of a shit show. I was whiffing a lot of attacks, and the ones that I did hit did very little damage, and he quickly drained all of my health flasks, and then kindly put an end to my suffering. After that pitiful attempt to kill the thickest dragon the Lands Between has to offer, I decided to go for something more my speed. Mesmer. Another fire-based boss who has some pretty annoying combos. I went with a holy build for him because he's weak to holy, but only in his second phase for some reason.
voice of God. America, a curse upon thee.
Now it's time for the rot boss of the DLC, so I headed to the ancient ruins of Rao and prepared to fight Romina, yet another boss that's hard to hit with guard counters. She was guarding the ceiling tree, and since I already defeated Mesmer, I can use his flame to burn it down and head into Inir Ilim, which is that place. It's just like a faded away city. You burn away the tree, and it kind of just appears. This can be one of the hardest areas to go through. It's really annoying, but luckily I actually made it through some of the toughest areas first try, like this one. Now it's time for one of the most annoying NPC fights ever invented. I have to fight 3 NPC enemies who have a ton of health, do a ton of damage, can input read some of your attacks, and can heal. Luckily, none of them are Gideon Cockney or the All-Blowing, but it's still really tedious, and they give you a companion to make it a bit easier. I decided to go with Ansbach because I progressed the quest line enough. He's kind of the GOAT. Our combined bleeding abilities allowed us to shred some of these guys after being shredded myself a couple times, of course.
With this battle I sent you on. It was an up.
I stand with blade aloft, blood of fire, for the dignity of my lord and master, Mo. Well, good Freya, it will be my honor to test my blade against you.
Thank you, Sir Ansbach. And your silence today sets my heart fluttering. All the more I yearn for the destruction of my realms. To make another kind.
I then decided to go back to that beautiful place with all the green and flowers and stuff to grab this, the Golden Braid. It makes you take 22% less holy damage, I believe, which of course means it's time to try out Radahn. His first phase is not too bad, but his second phase, it gets rough. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do in his second phase against all the light beams and crap he does with his lag switch, so I decided to come back to it later and pick up my final Scooby Snacks in preparation for Bale. By this point I had decided to start summoning Egon, so that is why you will hear him screaming at the end of the final attempt.
With every last drop of my being! the dread!
Is now dead, meaning there's only one boss left, so I got to level 149 and started fighting Radahn. I eventually got his first phase down to a T. His second phase gave me a really hard time though. I eventually learned to parry the light beams that come down, which was barely enough to squeeze out a winning attempt, after he squoze me out a few times. I also decided to switch from the Great Katana to the Nagakiba because it's a lot faster with the guard counters. I also switched from Seppuku to the Blood Flame Blade because I needed all the health I could get. And there it is! This is one of the hardest challenge runs I've ever done, because there are some insanely tough bosses in Elden Ring's DLC. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have a ton of fun making these, and it takes a lot of time to make them, so make sure to like and subscribe to show me that you want more. My next challenge video will probably be for Subnautica, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, go check out my second channel if you haven't already. I upload there every Friday, so go check out some of my videos. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Oh, please. Ow. Oh, nice stagger. Oh my god. The Euphoria is so good. Get fucking lasered, bitch! Oh my god, it's crazy.
Extraordinary.
Holy shit. Get shit on, Melania.
True.
I like how he just pushes it out. Okay. Melania dead. That is the end of John Sekiro's journey.